Hey everybody, this is a clip from the latest episode of the Randi Rhodes Show. If you want the full episode, you can watch live on Free Speech TV, Dish Channel 9415, DirecTV 348, Sling, Roku, and Apple TV.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
The border city of El Paso, Texas, used to have extremely high rates of violent crime, one of the highest in the entire country, and considered one of our nation's most dangerous cities. Now, immediately upon its building, with a powerful barrier in place, El Paso is one of the safest cities in our country. Simply put, walls work and walls save lives.
Except none of that is true. Absolutely not true. El Paso had a bad year with crime stats, I think in 1992. Somebody from El Paso could correct me. It's either 92 or 95, one bad year. And then everything settled down again, and there was, no nothing. The wall, there's no wall. It's a fence. Did not get built till 2008. 92, 2002, that's 10, 2000, 16 years after a bad year with... I mean, he just makes crap up. This is why I'm saying, wouldn't it be something if we had a law in this country that said that if you were going to use your position at the State of the Union, standing in front of a joint session of the Congress, or if you were going to use the Oval Office, or if you were going to use the House floor or the Senate floor, or any official trappings of your office, that you are under oath? Now, of course, we still couldn't indict the president for perjury, even with that law, unless we got rid of the memo, the OLC memo, that says you can't indict a sitting president no matter who he kills, no matter who he denigrates, no matter how much violence he incites. I mean, this man is screaming fire in a crowded theater wrongly, falsely. And today he actually had the nerve to say, my rhetoric brings people together. Yes, in shelters. Hiding. It brings police officers together in response to shootings. I'll give him that. Oh, man. So, I think the Vegas thing, Sandy Hook and the Vegas, those are the ones that literally, I mean, El Paso, too, is right up there with horrific horror for me personally. Because there's no question that El Paso used the same language. Also, the New Zealand killer, he used the same language as Trump, and thanked Trump for being, open to white supremacist views, and he thinks that Trump is really explaining it well. The New Zealand shooter did. But, of course, New Zealand acted pretty swiftly and started buying back all the weapons. That will not happen here because America loves guns more than it loves life. So don't give me this I love life thing. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear any fetus talk. Don't ever talk to me about a fetus, okay? Because life is for the living. That's who life is for. That's who the Constitution was written for the living. So I don't want to hear anything. But these people love the culture of death. They love it. They celebrate it. They love it. They have conventions for it. They have little white girls with blonde hair saying gun rights are human rights. Oh, my God. She's so... Oh.
And the thing about the NRA and the thing about the Second Amendment in general is it's a human right. It's gun rights are human rights, and the NRA stands up for those rights. So to say he's a prisoner to a gun lobby, it's so easy for these Democrats and these liberals to assign the NRA as some kind of a faceless corporation. It's actually made up of millions of Americans who believe in their right to protect and defend themselves, and we're not backing down from that.
Well, we're not saying to give us your guns either. We're saying go get licensed, go through a background check. Keep it locked when you're at home. And in fact, if you're using it for home protection, get a smart gun so your kids can't fire it. Just go ahead and investigate that particular technology. And you know why the NRA is against smart guns? You know why? Not because they don't work, no. The NRA is against smart guns because that would indicate that a regular gun is a dangerous thing to have lying around the house. And then, even with the laws that give them complete immunity from any lawsuit about their product being a weapon of murder, a weapon of killing things, animals and people is what guns were designed to kill. That's what they're for. That's their intended purpose. So get a smart gun, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? But these assault weapons have got to go. I mean, the idea that somebody on a street in Ohio and Texas, they have open carry. You could literally go into a Starbucks with an AR, with an AK around your body, you know, and order, a latte. Yeah, because you can't order a coffee without your semi-automatic. God only knows. Somebody might try and steal it from you. Not the gun, because it's the latte is what. I mean, this is such a culture of death. It's unbelievable. So how about a little background check? How about a little, interview? Okay. How about if you're, 19 years old, somebody checks your social media to see whether or not you post on white supremacist websites, or you read Stormfront, or you're posting, anti-immigrant memes, or you're tweeting people, and telling them that you're going to come get them, or you want them to die, or you believe that real news is fake news, and it's good that, news organizations are getting shot up in tiny little towns, or that, somebody's sending pipe bombs to AOC and CNN. How about a little check there? How about that? How about we get to look-see? Because I know, if you need a security clearance in the military, they're going to talk to your neighbors. They're going to talk to your parents. They're going to talk to your neighbors. They're going to talk to your school teachers. They're going to talk to your principal. They're going to find out everything about you before they give you the clearance. Not in this administration. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. In this administration, you just got to be related to the president. And then even if law enforcement and the intelligence community says that you're unfit to know the biggest secrets this country keeps in order to keep it safe, he'll just say, I don't care what they say. I don't like law enforcement. I don't like, the intelligence community. But then he does like them. But then he doesn't like them. But then he does. But then he doesn't. Michael in California.
Randy.
Yeah.
I this whole thing about the background checks and all of that is great. But with AK-47s, the ammunition that they use, these high-velocity bullets,
yeah,
the kind of wounds that they inflict.
Right.
If you get shot by a regular gun or rifle and it hits your bone, it might break the bone and put a hole in it. With AK-47, with that ammunition, the bone is shattered. And it's irreparable.
Well, what's a better idea. I guess people understand bones and they don't understand organs, although men do, right? But let's just explain the difference, because some guy called me, hostile caller, about 2-3 months ago. What's the difference between a 45 and an AK anyway? And I said velocity. And I'm sure he didn't understand, because he stopped dead in his tracks and got real quiet and just hung up on me. So I'm sure he doesn't get it. But when doctors explain it, what they say is, if a bullet, hits one of your organs, okay, it is possible that they could reconstruct, or that they can sew, or that they can, replace. But when a high velocity bullet, like something from an AK or an AR, it literally obliterates your organ. It's in shatters. It's in pieces. There is no there.
Well, in my family, there have been hunters, and I have members of my family now that are currently hunters, and they go out and they shoot and they eat what they kill. The AK-47, you can't use that for hunting unless you're hunting hamburger.
Exactly. Unless you want a Melita, right? You're into chop meat. I know.
There's no reason under the Second Amendment, whatever, to allow these. And are we going to allow catapults? Are we going to allow cannons, in homes and stuff?
Yeah,
we've got to get rid of them.
I get it. I mean, people aren't going to be happy out there until they can have a bazooka. I mean, until they can have an anti-aircraft, weapon. These are weapons of war. This is for the military, okay? And if you're a hunter, you don't need 100 rounds, because if you need 100 rounds to take down a deer, you suck at hunting.
Mary
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.